Grounding through. Take a nice deep breath all the way up. And exhale. Do that again. Deep breath all the way up. And exhale. 2 more. All right. Hands on your hips. Just lift those knees up and up. Lift and lift. Starting nice and slow and controlled here. Up. Tee those arms out. Lift. Catch the beat a little bit here. Tummy's in, nice and tight. Bend the elbows, goalpost arms here. Eight. You're going to press the arms up overhead. Keep the knees going. Up. Lift, lift. Eight more. Four more. 3, 2, V the arms, keep the knees going. Arms just right up in a V. So you want to think about taking that foot out a little farther. It puts more weight on that quad. 8 more here, and then we're going to twist, reaching that opposite hand towards the opposite knee, the outside of that knee. 4, 3. All right, twist that body, reach. So it's like you're doing a little slice through that air, giving yourself that little torso twist. Twist. Eight, 7, 4. Just hold the arms, knees. Lift, 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 lift. Bend the elbows. Squeezing through those biceps. All right, straighten the arms. Hands back on your hips for 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your weights. All right. Heels together, toes apart, zipping up. So just keeping that lower body nice and engaged. Hips push forward. Roll those shoulders. Lateral raise up. So feel the thick air as you lift those arms and as you lower them back down. Create that resistance. Squeeze those cheeks, push the hips forward so everything in the lower body is tight and contracted, but not moving. Tummy's in. 4, 3, 2. Hold those arms right up into a T. I want you to give me circles forward. So think tennis ball size circles here. 8. All right, reverse. So you're pinching through those backs. Those shoulder blades are driving towards each other. 4, 3. All right, tiny lifts up. Thumbs to the ceiling. Palms to the ceiling. Squeeze from the shoulders all the way down through those knuckles or fingertips. 3, 2. All right, bicep curls. In and out. Squeeze. So if you start to feel this too much in the shoulders, I want you to lower the arms slightly on a diagonal because I want you to be concentrating right there into the biceps. 8. Squeeze those thighs together. Check in with that lower body. 4, 3, 2. Hold it right here. Tiny little press up. Up. Good job. Face those palms to the front. Eight more pulses. 4, 3, 2. All right, bring those elbows in and out. Squeeze. So I want you to imagine you're squeezing in on something as the forearms come to the front of your body. Squeeze. Four more times. All right. Hold those arms in and pulse them up. So you're framing your face. A nice skinny little picture frame right here. So they're not out here. No teepees, no V's. Nice and square. Now you can bring those wrists and elbows together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drive those elbows down. Roll those shoulders. Staying right in the same form. Heels together. Bend those knees and hinge that body forward. So you've got a nice flat back. Don't arch. Scoop that belly. Roll those shoulders down. Palms face the back. Wide row. Lift. Lower. So pinching those shoulder blades nice and wide so you feel going from the armpit out to the elbow. 8, 7, nice and controlled. 4, 3, 2. Hold those elbows up and tiny lifts. Looking out on that diagonal, your spine's in line, top of your head all the way down to that tailbone. 8, 7, 6, 4. Good job. Hold it here. Take those elbows in. Now straighten and bend. So I want you to think more on the straighten, less on the bend. So you're not even driving to that 90 degree. Straighten and bend. Nice. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. You're squeezing the backs of those arms, dropping right to those hips and then right back out. 4, 3, 2. Hold those arms straight up. Pulse up. Up, up, up. Pull those bellies in nice and tight. Shoulders are pressed down. The entire back is engaged. 4, 3. Keep the pulses. Flip those palms to the ceiling. Up. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Roll those shoulders. Keep those weights. All right, step those feet. Nice and wide, toes out, heels towards each other, arms at 90 degrees. Shoulders are rolled out, down in those pockets the entire time. Nice and slow, drop down. And lift. Dropping nice and low, trying to get parallel to that floor. Drop down. Lift up. Squeeze those cheeks tight at the top. All right. Drop and lift. Hold it down. Those arms are right there along that countertop, staying low in your stance. You're going to press and pull, press and pull, press. I really want you squeezing into that back as you pull those elbows back. 4, 3, 2, hold them here, tiny pulses up. Pull those bellies in, those hips are pushed forward, those knees are pressing back. 8, 4, 3, 2. All right. I want you to drop those arms halfway and right back up. Halfway down and up. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Flip those palms, pull those elbows back and press. So pulling for the back, pressing out. Squeeze, squeeze. The shoulders are not creeping up. They're still pressed back into those pockets. Press back. 8, 7, 6, 5. Everything in your body is still except for those arms. 3, 2, and 1. Lower. Stand tall. All right. You're coming to your surface. We're going to work into those calves. So you can be facing it, whatever feels comfortable facing it, or just have one hand using support. You can always take your hands off. I want you to start with those feet parallel, all 10 toes facing. Hips push forward, just lift, lower. Classic calf work here. Lift and lower. So you're squeezing from the top of those legs. The entire lower body is engaged here. Hold it up and pulse. Up, up. Squeeze, squeeze. Good job. 4, 3. Singles up and down. Lift, lower. 4 more singles. 3, 2. Hold at the bottom. Glue those heels together. Zip all the way up. Toes are out. Lift. You're still pushing those hips forward, so there's no leaning. Everything's tight. You should start to feel the outer part of those glutes here. Lift and lower. Heels press together. You're trying to hold something between those legs. Hold it at the top and pulse. Up. We're gonna do what we haven't done in a while here in a second with those toes together. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, give me those singles, up, down. 4, 3, 2, hold at the bottom. Big toes together, V those heels out, lift and lower. 2 more. All right, going right into those pulses. Up, 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 up. Really push those hips forward. Feel how you start to feel like yourself relaxing and push forward and you feel those quads engage deep. Lift, lift. Keep going. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, singles up. 2 more. Hold it down. Bring those heels back together. Flat feet. I just want you to pulse. This is like your active recovery. Pulse, pulse. 8. Remember, those hips are pushed forward, no arch. You're curling those glutes up and under. 4, 3, 2. All right, I want you to hold it low. Heels lift and lower. Lift. Keeping those knees bent. Up. Squeeze. Hold those heels up and pulse. Good. So those heels are not glued together right now. They're lifted up apart where they would naturally come apart. Keeping those knees bent, pressing into them. Those knees are pushed back slightly so you feel those inner thighs engage. Tummy's in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold it here. Step that right foot back. You're just stepping it back. You're still open, same position. Pulse from here. So from the side, it looks like this. You're still upright, straight to the ceiling. We've never straightened our legs this entire time. 8 more. All right, hold it. Press those knees back. Press. Do you guys feel this? Okay. I never know. Press. 8 more presses. 4, 3, step that foot back in and pulse. Not straightening. All right, step that other foot back. Tiny. So those knees, you literally just step right back. Nothing has changed position except for that foot's moved. Down, down. Tummy's in. 4, 3, 2, hold it. Press, press. I want you to think about squeezing into that outer part of your glute. 8, 4, 3, step that foot back in, pulse it. All right, keep the pulses, drop those heels. There you go, you're welcome. 1, come up. All right, face that surface. Left foot in front, right foot stepped back. We're gonna work, actually no we're not, we're gonna work in squat first. So I want you guys to step back as far as you can, feet are wide, and I want you to drop down into a squat so that you're working to get those glutes and hamstrings parallel to the floor. All right, so depending on how high your surface is, you know, your body may be a little bit more upright or maybe hinge forward. Those toes can be turned out slightly. I just want you to drop to your lowest point, squeezing everything. I want you to bring it up, up, nice and tiny. Yes, and Teresa, since you've got the booty bar, I want you to keep in chair. Good. Up, down. But you're nice and low. So those of us with a chair, we're back a little further so we can be at our lowest point. Almost like we're in a flat fold forward. Up, up. Just hold it, hold it. I want you to imagine you're squeezing one of those big stability balls between those thighs. All right, we're gonna do tiny pulses quicker to the floor, down. Breathe. Good job. 8. 4, all that weight's in those heels. All right, nice and slow, up and down. Dropping low. 4 more. 3, so Teresa, you're there. You can keep that back a little bit flatter against your chair. Leanne, we're hinged slightly. 2 more. You still are contracting and feeling all the movement. Hold it down. Pulse. Tiny pulses down towards that floor. Lift that right heel. Tiny, tiny. Lower that heel. Whew. Left heel lifts all the way up, pressing into the ball of that foot. Lower it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, just hold, hold. Drop it as low as you can. And now rise all the way up. You should have felt the fronts of those legs, I know. All right. That left foot's forward. Step back with that right leg. So, if you can, I want you to lift that front heel. It can be like in a kitten heel. You don't have to use your surface. You can be facing it, or if you want to be on a diagonal or have it to your hips. You're just going to drop down. So I want you to think almost about leaning back slightly. That back knee is almost driving up towards the heel of that front foot. All right, so it's not a straight up and down lunge necessarily. That foot's in a little closer and that knee's driving forward. You feel a little bit more depth in that quad. Right? Okay. All right, hold it down, pulse it. So lean that body back against your imaginary wall. So usually when we do lunges, you're pressing into that front foot a little bit deeper and you kind of feel the more depth in the front and maybe a little bit in the quad, but because you're leaning back and driving that back knee slightly towards the heel of that front foot, you're really digging into that back leg more. Yes? Okay. Just changing your repositioning slightly. And again, you can drop to the drop to the flat foot on that front foot if anytime you want to. 8, 4, tummy's in, 3, pinch those shoulders back, keep that back nice and long, and come up, switch it. Step back, almost a little bit narrower with that back foot. Lift that front heel if you can, and drop down and lift. Lower and lift. Good job. Nice. If you consciously think about sliding those shoulders down that wall, it helps you keep the form so that back leg is moving how you want it to. Drop, lift, 2, hold it down and pulse. So that front knee still stays over the ankle or toes. It's not going over them because your body weight's shifted back. You guys look great. Squeeze everything. Really driving into that quad. Tummy's in tight. Just breathe and think about what you're going to do today. Eight, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake that out. All right, I want us to stand tall, working our legs long today, so that you really keep it in the working zone. So right foot is going to be your standing leg. You're going to stand tall, soft bend, extend that left leg. So we're nice and long, all right? That left leg lifts, lowers. So it's barely lifting up because you're standing like a nice tall soldier. Lift. So you're really keeping all that work right there in that glute. Lift, you can feel it. Hold that leg up, pulse. Really lock out that knee and straighten that back leg. Scoop that belly, trying to take that arch out. You want to keep that torso as long and straight as you can. So you see my toes barely coming up off this floor right now. You wouldn't even need to use your support if you didn't want to. It's just kind of there for you to place those hands. Eight, 4, 3, flex that foot, pulse. So as you flex the foot, you start to feel that work dive a little deeper into that hamstring. Up. Good job. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep the pulses, 3, 2, point those toes, 8, flex that foot, point the toes for 4, and flex that foot. All right, give me 8 singles. Point, flex, point, flex. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it out. You should have felt that deep. All right, straighten that right leg, lift and lower. Good job. Four more. Lock out that knee. 2. Hold it up. Squeeze to pulse. 8 more. Flex that foot. Press that energy out through that heel. Curl those toes towards that knee. Scoop that belly. Standing tall. Pinching those shoulders back. Everything's engaged. So I don't want you to pass out, but I want you thinking about everything. I know you guys have probably felt this before. I do all the time. When you're so contracted tight, as soon as you release, you almost feel like it brings a wave of lightheadedness to your body, or you feel it rush through your body. I don't want you passing out, but I want you guys to feel that you're really contracting super hard the entire time, that you totally feel that release at the end. 4, 3, 2, point those toes. Flex that foot. Point the toes for 4. And flex. Here goes our singles. Point, flex. Point, flex, point, flex. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right. You can be facing folded over on your surface. We're just going to work into the side leg with bent knee. All right, so bend that left knee. Knees are in line. Point or flex that foot, whatever feels comfortable. Scoop that belly. Lift to the side. So it's right out to the side. Keeping those hips nice and square. I'll face y'all. Up. Hold that leg up and pulse it. Squeeze. So you're keeping that 90 degree. That toe is pressing over towards the opposite side. 8, 7. You're squaring those hips, so you're not letting yourself open up to the side. You're trying to press those hips down. 3, 2. All right, pull that knee into your shoulder and press it. Squeezing those toes as you press them back. Last time. All right, tiny pulses. Press those toes back, back. So you're trying to poke somebody over on the other side with those toes. Good. You're holding that heel in, so you're feeling that glute and hamstring engaged. You're just pressing over, over. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Switch it out. You guys should have felt that go up into that oblique. Bend that knee. Lift. Scoop that belly. 4. Hold that leg up. Pulse. So, sometimes it helps to stick that hand on that hip to help remind you to push that hip down so it doesn't open up. Good. Eight, 4, 3, 2, pull that knee in. And press those toes all the way back. Press. Last time. All right, poke those toes back. Tiny little presses, little jerking movements because you're contracting. Press, press. 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. All right. We're going to use your chair seat. If you've got a chair, you're going to use your bar. If you were on a wall, you could use a wall. We're going to do single leg and double leg bridges elevated with our feet. You can always drop to the ground if you want to. Teresa, you should be able to sit back far enough and stick those feet up onto your booty bar. So, or your bar, or your wall. All right? If you've got socks on and you go on your wall, be careful so you don't slide down. Take them off, maybe. You can always stay right flat foot. All right? So those feet or heels are on your surface. Hands are there supporting you. You're going to bridge those hips up, slow, up, 2, and down. Up. So even if you had just a tiny stool and you wanted to elevate your feet up, that way you could. Up. You're squeezing at the top. Feel those hamstrings. Last one. Hold it up. Tiny squeezes. Up, up. So to get a grip, Leanne, you may want to have the arches of your feet at the edge of your chair. You'll figure it. I just figured to myself that might feel better when we get ready to lift a leg. Squeeze, squeeze. 8. All right, hold it. Left leg lifts and drop. And up. Yes. So listen. You don't have to go super deep. I just want you to feel that shift, working into that one side. Drop, lift, hold it up and pulse it up, 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 up. So deep in that hamstring, the pretty back side of your thigh right there. You're shaping it right now. 8, 4, 3, 2, don't drop those hips. Place that foot back down. Lift that right leg. Slow drop. Down. And lift. Good. 2 more. Squeezing through those muscles the entire time. Hold it at the top. And pulse. Up, up, up. 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place it down and lower those hips down. All right. If you can keep those feet elevated on your bar, on your wall, on your chair, you may have to shift. I just want them to be elevated nice and long. So Teresa, if you got longer legs than me, I usually can just touch the bottoms of my arches on that, but if you want to get it above your ankles, you can. Whatever feels good. You're just going to crunch up and lower. So if you were on a wall or higher, it would look like this. Crunching up. That back is pressing into that mat the entire time. Crunch up. 2. And down. 2. Good. Up and down. So you can feel that you can get that back deeper into your mat right here. Lift. Elbows stay nice and wide. You're just lifting that upper body straight up to the ceiling. So I don't want you curling that chin to your chest. We're not doing that right now. lift, and lower. Eight more, up and down, nice and slow and controlled, really driving into those cores. Final four, up and down, lift and lower. Two more, don't release those tummies at the bottom, keep pressed into that back. All right, hold it up in tiny little pulses. Again, I don't care how high you lift that upper body up off that mat, just get deep into those abdominals. Up, up, up. Seven, 6, 5. You're getting in tune with that body, really feeling. All right, lower it down, down, crunch up, lower down, crunch up. Lower and lift. All right, hold that head down. So, we're gonna work obliques. Right hand can come out to the side if that feels comfortable. If you like to keep it here and just keep that that tricep and elbow on, you can. That right leg's gonna lift. You're gonna crunch that elbow in and out. In and out. If you hit your feet elevated, drop that one foot down to the mat. In and out. You're trying to keep that right leg lifted on that diagonal. In. Eight. So you're still pressing that back into the mat. You're just driving deeper into that one side as you twist towards that knee. Hold it up and pulse. Knee and elbow pulsing in towards each other. Press, 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 press. So you either have that one arm extended or you can have it behind your head for support, but that elbow and that tricep stay on the floor. Crunch, crunch. 8, 7. Good. You guys look so pretty. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that upper body and that leg back down. Take your nice deep breath. Set yourself up. Opposite side. Pull and press. In and out. In and out. Extra challenge is if you elevate that straight leg off of your surface, feel that difference. Twist, reach. 4, 3, 2. Hold it up, tiny pulses up, 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 up. Good job. 8. Four, 3, 2, and drop it. Hopefully you guys felt that. We're gonna finish with a plank. So we'll move nice and gracefully through this plank. So I want you guys to roll yourself over onto your tummies. You can give yourself a quick stretch, arching that back if you'd like to. Yeah. All right, set those hands up, nipple line in line with those thumbs. Curling those toes. Have those feet about hip distance from you. Even if you come to your knees, just keep the feet out there. Push yourself up in a high plank, shoulders right over. Nice. Whew. Just listen to the beat here. We're gonna move nice and slow. Pulling that belly in super tight to your pubic bone to your belly button. It's like you're scooping and hollowing out that tummy. All right, keeping that tummy nice and tight, I want you to imagine that string attached right there to your tailbone, and nice and slowly someone's pulling it up towards the ceiling. Hitting those heels to that floor, and then slowly releasing you forward. That tummy stays tight the whole time. Let's do that one more time. Up. Pressing those heels down and shift forward. Hold it right here. Take that right hand to the middle of your mat and shift yourself to side plank. Stagger those feet or drop that bottom knee, whatever feels most comfortable. You're opening that chest, lifting that arm up and back slightly. Bring that arm up over your head. And we're gonna slowly dip the hips. The arm's gonna come with you, nice and graceful. Slower down. 2, and press those hips up. Reaching that arm up overhead. Lower. 2, nice. Lift. 2, just 2 more times. Drop. 2, and lift. 2, 1 more. And lift. Holding that arm there. Those hips are shooting up towards the ceiling. Now, as carefully as you can, you're gonna rotate yourself back to center. Pull that pubic bone up to the belly button, scooping that belly. Take that left hand into the center and shift to the other side. Lift that arm up and back slightly, opening up through that chest. Bring that arm up overhead. Slow dips, here we go. Drop. 2, and shoot those legs all the way up. And lift. 2. Drop down. 1 more time. Lower. And lift. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And carefully rotate back to center. Drop those knees nice and wide and push back onto those heels. Relax those upper bodies. Your knees are wider so you can sit deeper into those heels. Bring those hands up. I want you to take that right hand. You're gonna loop it up and under that left arm, dropping that shoulder to your mat. And now lift that arm back up. Switch that out. Left hand drives up and underneath that right arm. Drop that shoulder. Lift that arm, press those hands into that mat and shift yourself forward onto all fours. So I want you guys to think about hollowing out that belly and arching that back up towards the ceiling, tucking your chin to your chest. And now lift that chin up to the ceiling, arching that back and taking that tailbone up to the ceiling as well. One more time, scoop that belly. Use the core to help arch that back up. And exhaling, arching that back and tailbone and chin, lift towards the ceiling. And now neutral spine. Bring those hands so they're right underneath those shoulders. Curl those toes, your knees are still separated. And I just want you to shoot those hips up, drive those heels down, biceps right next to your ears. Roll all the way up onto those toes, and then carefully press those heels back down towards the floor mat. All right, keeping those legs straight. They're separated, or if you need to separate them further, because I want you to keep them straight, you're going to walk those hands back to your feet and just fold that body in half. Good. All right, pressing those fingers or palms into that floor. I just want you to bend that right knee and shift that body slightly towards the right leg. Feeling a stretch a little deeper in that left side right here. That tummy's still pulled in. Now straighten that right leg and bend into the left, shifting over towards that left side. And straighten both legs. Walk those hands in a little closer. Walk those feet in about hip distance parallel. Try and bring those hands to the tops of those feet, really folding that body in half. Pull that belly in nice and tight, and as slowly as you can, you're going to roll yourself up. Tucking that chin to your chest so your head will be the very last thing to come up. Roll those shoulders down and back. Bend those knees. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale. And give yourself a round of applause. You guys did awesome!